Welcome back to Every Way Woman. We are so thrilled to have two very special guests in the show, and the tale's been told: somebody else's trash, maybe someone else's treasure.
Yes.
And we have two stars from Storage Wars, Laura and Dotson. Pleasure to have you on the show today.
Thank you. Thanks for
very
having us.
much. Yes.
Now,
I'm
Charlotte,
very
you're a
happy.
big fan of the show, aren't
I
you?
am. I absolutely love the show. So you guys are doing auctions
Thank
all
you.
the time. I read somewhere you do 2 a day. I mean, this is hard to believe anybody
We
would
do
have
it
this kind of
sometimes
stamina.
20-something a day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But personally, you're traveling, you're going
Yes.
all over LA.
You know, since the show has aired, we've actually hired 17 new auctioneers. So no longer are Danny and I having to hit, 10 auctions a day. Sometimes I would hit 7 and he would hit 13. I'd say, you go handle the hard part. I'll say a little local.
Wow.
But guaranteed, with all the other auctioneers that we've hired, Danny and I are getting a little break. Plus, we're getting a chance to work together. We're not driving 250 miles each separately a day, and it's really crazy. We do a lot of driving, and right now I'm learning a lot from the master here.
Now,
So
is it true that you taught her the fast-talking ways?
Well, I think Laura was kind of a fast talker before I met her. But, as far as the auction chant, I taught her how to do that, and she
Yes.
does good. We come from a long line lineage of auctioneers, so
Yeah.
all auctioneers are individual, and we all sound a little bit different. But you can hear an auctioneer, and you can tell where they learned it from. It's kind
Yeah.
of funny how
Now,
that
you
works.
started at 11.
I did. 1974, way before you were born, young lady.
1974. What did you auction off in 1974?
I would go to my grandfather's house in northwest Arkansas, Sam Fancher, and I would do that every summer. And I did it like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. In 74, I said, Grandpa, I want to be like you. I want to do this stuff. And 3 weeks later, I was up on top of a trunk selling a desk, and my grandfather introduced me, and I got up there all confident, and everybody got quiet, and nothing came out of my mouth, and he got a little frustrated with me. And I realized right then and there that if I didn't pull the switch and do it, I was never going to do it. So, I've never really looked back.
What is the craziest thing you've ever found in a unit?
You mean besides bodies and
Right.
stuff like that?
Have you found bodies in a unit?
Yeah.
Well, let's break it down a second. A unit, a storage unit.
A storage
right?
unit, yeah.
Okay, storage unit.
Yes.
Yeah, it's happened. Some people think
Wow.
that's a really good place to stash people, and
Wow.
it's really not
You
unless
know-
you're going to pay your bill.
I'm serious. These lockers you rent these lockers, and then they either are abandoned or they forget to pay their bill, or a credit card changes,
Or
someone's
somebody else was in
died, or
charge
they're
of
in
paying
jail.
their stuff and they
Like
didn't.
Wow.
celebrities, for instance, why you think they've got money, why aren't they paying their bill? It's because their assistant might have put it in there, they didn't know it, the credit card expired, the next thing you know, oh my gosh, their stuff is being sold.
They had a handler or a
So
manager or an
was
assistant.
this a hobby of yours that you went around to different storage units?
Yeah, it was a hobby that I decided, I needed to make a living and feed my family. So, I started doing this self-storage in '85. We started our company in '83, American Auctioneers, and I just was an auctioneer and I wanted stuff to sell, and self-storage was blooming at that time, and I thought, well, that's a good thing. A lot of the auctioneers that were selling horses and equipment and vehicles and that kind of stuff, they kind of looked down their nose at me because I was just a self-storage auctioneer. But now we're one of the biggest. We got a little TV show out of it, so it kind of worked out.
Have the prices gone up a lot for units now that the show's on the air and it's so popular?
It seems like 5 or 6 years ago, the average unit was like 125, 150. There was a very small amount of people that knew about these auctions. The owners of the self-storage industry had no desire to let people know, hey, we not only store your stuff, but if you don't pay, we're going to sell your stuff. And they didn't want to talk about that, so it was kind of difficult. Loosening up this industry with our cameras, and that's how we started doing this, is just putting them on YouTube. And ABC and NBC and KCT all picked up thrift economy
I
stores.
can't
and-
believe how you've made it so interesting. Because Storage Wars, you would think, but
You
it
know,
is so
Well,
It's
everyone
great
was
stuff.
It's Tom Beers. Tom Beers is the guy that makes things interesting.
Yeah.
He can go to Ice Road Truckers and he
No.
can make that interesting.
Debbie's
You
Sketch.
also make it
does.
interesting with your rant. So can you give us a little bit of this auctioneer chant right now?
All right,
Give us a
here we go.
little
Number
bit
20,
of
what are you going to pay? How much,
write it down.
But 30, 40, 50, 60, you got to go sell that to a everyday woman. Got it for 50 big bucks right there.
That's right.
Very, very good.
Stay tuned. Thank you so much for being here. More Every Way Woman will be right back. Oh, that was so much fun.
Thank you.